Ready to go as the Colts get set to match up with the Cincinnati Bengals. Evan McPherson has this one teed up, and we are underway from Indianapolis. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Throwing is McDonald. Buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. That's Franklin. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A little glimpse of his athleticism there and what they're going to have to deal with. He can use his legs to dance around back behind the line of scrimmage and beyond the line of scrimmage.
And wouldn't you love to get a copy of their defensive scouting report going into the week? Because that's been stressed the whole time. Keep him bottled up. Keep him in the pocket. But it's the first drive of the game and emotions are running high. Someone forgot that, trying to make a big play, and gave up a bigger one instead.
First carry now for the former Badger, Jonathan Taylor. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. McDonald steps away to his left. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long. Here's McDonald to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals 40. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
And some room to roam now. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run with Taylor. And all the way down inside the 5. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Taylor. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. Give him 3 on the gain there, 2nd and goal.
It is definitely hard to find space near the goal line. You always want to have a guy in the game running it who can create his own.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor, touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Colts take it right down and score on the opening drive. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
With about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. And, Charles, this defense, I have to imagine, kind of licking its chops when you get a chance to face a team that's lost 3 straight.
And my surprise was listening to their head coach in his weekly presser, because normally you and I see guys that get up there and say, everybody's a threat, any given Sunday, that sort of thing. But he was asked if this might be a trap game, and he essentially said he didn't see anything to worry about. Now, normally you say that to your team, but you don't tell us. You definitely don't say it to the media.
Well, this defense for the Colts, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Franks finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 31 yards on the punt there. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense, how they will play you in certain situations. Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
50 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Taylor, and And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. McDonald sets to throw. Flush to his right. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a 3rd down situation. Out of the gun, McDonald. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 32. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Dancing to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
But defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
From the gun, it's McDonald. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
7, Bengals nothing.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. From the gun, McDonald. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
They certainly had good starting field position on that drive, but couldn't do anything with it after 3 plays. Have to admit that that's a disappointing end to excellent field position. When that drive started, they had 6 points that they were thinking about.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get Scouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
Now Franks. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. So the completion good for 7 there. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Franks looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
Every offense tells you they want to come out and start fast. That's not unusual at all. But this group, they've yet to get much rolling through their first two drives. It looks like they're going to have to give up the football again after this one.
The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. Now it appears we're going to get whistles and a stop, a man down on the return. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Looking to throw on second down. McDonald. He finds his man, complete. That's Franklin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
First and 10, Taylor now. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 60 yards rushing for him in this one as he starts to draw nearer to a 1,500-yard campaign.
It's 2nd and inches.
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Back to throw. McDonald. And this will be swung out wide for Taylor. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
They'll run on first down. Taylor. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Second down, another run with Taylor. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. And lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
Looking to throw. McDonald. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't, but he had to play diagnose perfectly there.
And the next-gen stats show us the top speed there, better than 18 miles an hour.
On second down now, it's Taylor. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
Back to throw. McDonald escaping the pressure right. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Cole McDonald taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes our score 17-0.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10.
Franks now. Man open, that's Jamar Chase complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this one is incomplete.
I believe I'm following their logic. Take the big shot downfield, loosen things up. You're hoping to get some points on the board before the half. Maybe now you come back and throw some underneath stuff in order to make sure you get a completion.
Throwing again, Franks on 2nd and 10.
Slings this deep from McLaurin. That's caught at the 25. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play that time through the air. 39 yards. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Working out of the gun, Franks. Trying to get it to Chase, but it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long, because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. 1 second, all that remains. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. Well, indeed, try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments taking place in both teams' locker rooms. We're closing in on the second half. And to bring it your way, let's go back up to Indianapolis and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. The Bengals drive about to get going.
And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Darius Leonard, the linebacker. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. And that one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
Being chased out left. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 15. There he goes left side. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Wow, so wipe out. The INT roughing the passer. What a disaster.
An absolute disaster, and you hope their lockers are not right next to each other for the post game. Safe to say one is not buying the other dinner.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Looking to throw. McDonald eluding the pressure right.
They'll check this one down to Taylor.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. So the completion good for 6 yards. And it'll be a 2nd down. They go play action with McDonald on the move to his left. This is caught. Touchdown! Jonathan Taylor with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And the lead is now 24.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off.
Good catch made at the 25-yard line. The Bengals take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Franks now on 2nd down.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
To throw on 3rd down. Franks. Well, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
They'll break the huddle here and go for it. This is 4th down. They'll try and throw for it here.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A big connection on that one. 32 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Now a throw here to his running back. They find some open field here. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A big play that time on the catch and run.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Operating from the gun, Franks. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Hands it off out of the gun. 7 big yards on the carry there to get him within range of the goal line with 3rd down upcoming.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, look at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, slippery guy. Couldn't get in there, though. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Why should 4th down be any different? True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
Here we go on 4th down. Oh, and I think he went backward. He did. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this shutout is going to continue as the defense holds again. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And now their defense came through with the goal line stand, got them the ball back. See what they can do about putting a drive together. Long way to go.
They need to reward that defense. A goal line stand, they've got to make that stand up themselves, right? Give the defense a chance to catch their breath on the sidelines. At least get 2 first downs. 3 would be better. Change field position. Let them catch their breath.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And they'll bring him down right around the 13.
You certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the gun, McDonald. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
To the right side, this is Taylor. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. 115 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Throwing on 1st down. McDonald flushed out right. He finds his man complete. It's Franklin. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. To throw on 2nd down, McDonald. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Colts on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at the 45. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Bengals' 37.
Partner, I have to tell you, just one word keeps coming to mind from watching them this afternoon, and that's impressive. They have been impressive from the opening kickoff, and they haven't let up here even into the fourth quarter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Back to throw. McDonald. And he'll just get rid of it.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10.
Here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Taylor. And he is going to be close to a first down as the tackle made at the Bengals' 29. 133 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. The Colts on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Looking to throw. McDonald. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off down at the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, that interception at least offers them a glimmer of hope here in the fourth quarter.
It certainly does if their offense goes out now and makes it pay off by getting into the end zone. And if it does, then they get a chance to get back out on the field and try and do it again. Maybe they can force that offense into more and more mistakes and give them a chance to get back into this one totally.
And still a 3-score hill to climb. We'll see if they can do it. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll make it a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Setting up play action. Franks. He's going to look deep down the field. And got his man complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play there for Cincinnati. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw as here late in the season, he goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long, had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
At
Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk, both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Franks, third down from the gun. Forced out to his left. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Ben Banagoo, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Flush to his right. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
That catch good for only a couple.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days. But you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. And here's a throw off the scramble, and that's complete out left. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. That one looks like he'll throw here. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
On 3rd down, it's Gray. And this is going to be a Colts 1st down as he gets it up past the 35. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
So that'll back him up 5.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Now we give to Taylor. So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory.